are still active, but some services could face delays. So right now we are joined back again with financial expert Neil Brown to break down what borrowers need to know. Neil, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's break down pretty much the biggest concern right now for student loan borrowers. What is that?
Well, think about it from two standpoints. You got to think about, do I have a public or a private student loan? And we'll talk about that in a moment. But I think the biggest thing is from a payback standpoint. Just because the government shut down, whether you have a public or a private loan, doesn't mean you shouldn't be making your payments.
And that's what's really important, because there truly is a difference. So federal student loans, and then there's the private student loans. Both of them are being impacted differently?
Yes, you're going to have to make the payments to both of them. But when you look at it, the federal student loans are administered by the Department of Education. So you could have some issues with either application process or distribution of funds. But the payback process is really not going to be affected because those are from private service providers. And on the private student loan standpoint, these are run by banks, commercial lending institutions, maybe like a SoFi Financial, something like that. So those are going to not be affected. So definitely the payments on those, as well as the public loans, still need to be made. When you look at the federal side of it, that's where the main changes are going to be right now. On the federal side, if you're a current student, you should be okay because the money has already been obligated out. But for maybe a transferring student or a new student, they could have some issues in getting their FAFSA approved and getting the funds dedicated to the schools. So that could be an issue with them.
But regardless of whatever student loan you have, you got to be paying them.
You got to pay it back regardless. That's exactly right.
So could we be expecting any type of delays then?
The main delays would be facing with someone maybe trying to get a public service loan forgiveness.
Okay.
So that would be someone who works in maybe a nonprofit organization, a hospital. If you do that for 10 years, then you could be eligible for a loan forgiveness, and you could face some delays in that, going through that process. I think use your websites, whether it's your private or your public websites. Make sure you keep up to date on any notices that might be posted that could affect you. But I think the big takeaway is if you borrowed it, you got to pay it back right now.
Don't hold on to your money. You want to pay it because there are consequences,
Absolutely.
right?
If you're missing payments, they're going to hit you with penalties. They're going to hit you with interest. If you're trying to do the public service loan forgiveness program, if you miss a payment within that 10-year period, you could disqualify yourself from getting the forgiveness later on.
Wow. So that is the definite bottom line right there. If you have it, pay for it.
Absolutely.
There you go. If you have it, pay for it. Neil, thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate him. And we're going to be putting this on our website later on today at WLTX.